The best revenge is silence. Let success do the talking. I have watched the greatest of men fall, and the weakest of souls rise. I have seen the desperate scream for justice, only to drown in their own anger. And I have seen those who mastered the deadliest weapon of all, silence. You mortals think revenge is loud. You believe that words will make them regret, that shouting will make them listen, that proving yourself to the world will set things right. But I have walked through centuries, and I tell you now, silence is the most terrifying response of all. Betrayal. Betrayal. The sharpest sting of all. They take what you trusted, twist it, and leave you drowning in despair. You are not the first to feel this pain. But watch closely, for in this moment, there is a choice. There it is. The power of silence. Do not scream. Do not fight. Do not beg for justice. For the moment you do, you lose. You give them exactly what they want, control over your spirit. But when you say nothing, when you walk away without a word, you take their power from them. Waiting game. While they fight for control, you build. While they waste time in petty squabbles, you move forward. You see, silence is not inaction. It is the art of waiting. Waiting for the right moment, for the right time, for the right success. They will talk. They will plot. They will wonder. But in the end, all they will see is the quiet shadow of your success, growing larger and larger until it consumes them. Confrontation of Minds. Now they come to you. They think they've earned the right to speak. They think they can bargain with you. They are wrong. You have given them no power, no anger, no argument. They are left with only their words, and you remain indifferent. The silence is maddening, because silence does not need to explain itself. Paranoia of Failure. You see, the true punishment is not physical. It is in the mind. The betrayer sits now in his own prison, trapped by the silence he cannot escape. He wonders, why won't you speak? What are you planning? He fears the unknown more than he ever feared your anger. Nothing causes more torment than not knowing. When you refuse to give them anything, they are left to imagine 1,000 possible answers, and none of them will ever be the truth. Why silence is the sharpest blade. You see, when you react, you show weakness. When you argue, you give them power. When you scream, you show that they still have control over your emotions. But when you say nothing, when you move in silence, you make them wonder, and nothing destroys the human mind like uncertainty. Your enemies expect a reaction. They feed on it. When you don't give them one, they become restless. They start to question themselves. Did I go too far? Are they planning something? Why are they so quiet? Their own paranoia becomes the punishment. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to fight battles with words. Your silence is a mirror. Let them face their own reflection and drown in it. Let success be the answer they never expected. The greatest revenge is not to destroy them. It is to make them realize they never mattered. That while they wasted their breath trying to break you, you were building something greater. That while they laughed at your downfall, you were rising higher than they could ever reach. You become untouchable not when you fight back, but when you no longer need to. Think about it. What burns more, 1,000 insults screamed back and forth, or the silence of someone who simply does not care. Because when you succeed without a word, they will hear it louder than anything you could have ever said. The weight of their own failure will crush them, and you will be too far ahead to even notice. Final call. I am the keeper of time, the witness to every wasted moment. I have seen men die with regret, not because they lost battles, but because they spent their lives fighting meaningless ones. Time is the one thing you cannot reclaim, so do not waste it on those who will never deserve it. Remember this: true power is in silence. True victory is in success, and the only revenge worth taking is never looking back.